Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to this month's Grassroots Innovation Program. And we're going to start shortly. But before then, we would like to appreciate those that have been contributing to the community in Nigeria, in West Africa, and making this event possible. We're going for a short break. When we come back, then we kick off with what we have today.
Welcome to the Pride of Symbols, a people driven by the passion for excellence and the courage to take on big challenges and see them through. With integrity of mind and systems, our words, structures, and processes are always dependable. We are proud of who we are, what we do, and what we stand for. Firm is our commitment to the vision to build a globally recognized distribution company and to become the key driver of trade revolution across Africa. We have been empowered to make products and services accessible, affordable, and usable across Africa by building an efficient distribution network and to remain the market benchmark for dynamism, efficiency, and competitiveness. We are rulers. We provide order. With confidence, enthusiasm, and wit we speak. The vulnerable and voiceless we empower. This is me. This is TD Africa. We rule. We conquer. We are Simba.
You have a learning goal, and we have just one job to help you achieve it and deliver at your convenience. Learning right starts with us at Ashem Academy. We are a learning institute in partnership with professional industry bodies like Microsoft, PECB, Pearson VUE, and PSI, delivering quality training, ensuring your certification path in respective industries. Ashem Academy has training specialists with extensive consulting experience as well as the expertise to address your specific needs and preferences. Our goal is to deliver training that maximizes return on people and infrastructure investments. We define success as having the right resources to skill you up to help you meet your desired goals. Our job at Ashem Academy is to empower you to be successful at every stage of the learning journey, from training to certification to establishing professional credibility. As a certified learning partner and authorized testing center, our facility has proven to be one of the best in the country as we get to reach the needs of all ages, young, middle-aged, and those in the advancing years, making learning simple and affordable. We care about your skill development, and without breaking the bank, we present you with great opportunities to showcase your competency and expertise in your area of specialty, aiding career advancement or personal goals tracking. Let's help you bridge that learning gap. All you have to do is take the next step to enroll in our courses today with prices that are easy on your wallets. Request access to our training calendar by emailing training@ashem.com, and you can also get the most of your learning investments by checking out our promotional offers here. offers.ashem.com/ms learning. You can call 0704-636-7151 or call 0704-576-9927. You can visit our head office at number 9 Ibikule Street off Abad Macaulay Way, Yaba, Lagos State.
Yeah, welcome back to this month grassroots event. And as our usual practice, these are events that capture more of trying to uh, educate, trying to connect um, the grassroots with various mentors and people that can easily help them out in getting a better state in terms of IT and provision of IT. As usual, the grassroots movement is, uh, is a way by which we communicate technology, but more of bringing it to light by the reason of what we do daily, how we go about it, and the essence at which we work with it. And to this lens, we'd like to thank those that have helped us in the time past in making this possible. And our special thanks go to Microsoft, which had been like a backbone in engraving this vision and making it possible. We also want to use this opportunity to thank all other local sponsors that have been backbone to the community over the years. Ashem, TD Africa, uh, Go Virtual, and D Brown, Gyre Computer, Covenant Technology, and the likes of them that have been ways at which the community have been working. We say thank you. And before we move, before I bring my co-moderator, I just want to help to educate people why we do or what we are doing. Now, the movement or the grassroots program that come every month is a way by which we bring connection between mentor with experts, and we try to bring a pool where we get advice in order to make people to have a better break into IT. And we are looking in from the cloud version, especially we know technology has moved, the digital age is come to stay. And our view has been through Microsoft View. And we're also looking at a way where digital workspace, how is becoming, how is changing, and what can we do? So at this point, I also want to tell you that the MCTNAIJA Tech User Group is which is the offshoot of the African Master, is a group of over 15 user group across Nigeria and across extending to West Africa. Primarily, our focus is in Azure, on Microsoft 365, Dynamic 365, on Power BI, Power Platform, data and AI, programming, DevOps, security, and every other modern day cloud technology. Because we are in a multi-cloud environment, we also embark other cloud provision in order to emphasize more on Microsoft provision and balance the curve in the market. So we are here to endow with information that can make you thrive as someone that want to get into IT. Now, let me bring the host. Now, in studio with me, we usually have 4 guys and a lady, but today I'm only having Deji Folani with me, and I'm going to bring him up. Deji, welcome once again to this month edition, and this is me. My name is Oluwaseyi Oluwawumiju. I'm a consultant of Covenant Technology, and my expertise in the cloud, and I play around Azure, M365, and also AI. And I've been in this line for over years now in order to amplify the use of technology across most of African and West African countries. And with me, David is supposed to join us later. David Okede is one of the hosts. We also have Kofi. Kofi is also going to join us later. And we have Deji. Deji, please, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you very much, Sheyi. So my name is Ayodeji Folari, and I'm a managing partner at Gyre Computers. So I'm a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional on Data Platform. I'm also a Microsoft certified trainer. I do lot and lot of things around data, so the community lead for Naija Data Platform, where we talk data, where we do data, where we convert data into insights and foresight. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Deji. Well, I hope you are excited today. We're having two guests with remarkable storyline. And the only lady among us, Olana, she's yet to join us in the studio. Hopefully, will join us before the close of the event. Now, as I was saying, we are going to hear a story of two different remarkable people that are really uh, going to give us the vibe in terms of how they they got into IT and what was their major stake in making that decision, and how can we educate people out there that are watching us, maybe in the recorded version or probably through any of our social media, how will they want to use their storyline to build a career in IT? Maybe they're already looking at opportunity in IT, they might not know how to start. So one of them is actually is someone that came from the north, the northern side of Nigeria, and his story is remarkable. The other one is someone that we know very well, but his story is also very, very fascinating, very, very attractive, and very, very informative. So we're going to bring them up gradually. So, what do you feel about these two people? I know you have met one of them. What do you feel about them?
Yeah, so Sheye, I'm actually excited to meet them. So I briefly listened to one of them at one of the events we had in Yaba Tech. That is
Hey,
Dynamics 365.
yeah,
Sincerely, the story is actually amazing. This is a story that is going to at least blow your mind. If you are out there, you want to start your journey in tech, you it's not necessarily mean you go to the university and do computer science or cyber security in university. Everything is all about determination. I want to get there and I will get there. So once you are determined, like the story you're going to listen to, that story really blew my mind. I know there are lots to learn from the first guest and the second guest. In fact, I'm learning from him almost every day.
wow,
So
every day.
we have lots to learn today. I'm actually excited and I'm ready to listen to the story that have made people giant in tech, how they started, how the journey has been, and where they are today. And I'm also very sure that lots of people out there will have lots to learn from their storyline. Thank you.
Thank you, BT. And that's something too. So if you are out there, we want you to also know that if you have any question, please, as they tell their story, you can just send it on the chat. We'll help you to relay your story, your question rather. The first guest is not yet in the studio. That is Aliu Gaba. Aliu Gaba is an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, and is a co-founder of a company called Volbert, an IT, and he also has multi-cloud knowledge through AWS and Go. And he also um, he also form he also empower people, especially in the line of digital transformation, and encouraging people to go into IT. Well, it will join us. So we quickly move to the guests. The next guest, I don't know, my Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, Sheyi, I can hear you now. So we
Okay,
lost you at
good.
the time.
Yeah, I think I have issue with my connection. I think I'm back now.
Okay,
So
welcome back.
yeah, we're going to bring the next the next the next guest, which is our own friend in the community, and he has been in the community for a while, and he has been somebody we know. His name is Olajide Christopher Ido. Welcome, Mr. Olajide. Mr. Olajide is a Microsoft certified trainer. He also has a core area in terms of expertise in data analysis. He's also a business analysis. He also work in the business intelligence space. And he has several years of experience, over 12 years of experience in this diverse area. And strategically, he has embarked in so many multinational delivery and both locally and internationally. You are welcome, Mr. Jide. Please, can you just say hi to the people here?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the host, for having me here. It is nice being here. I
You're
hope we can
welcome.
learn. We can learn from everyone.
You're welcome.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Jide. I think Kofi is in the house. One of the hosts is has joined us, so I don't know. I'll bring him up shortly. So, Mr. Jide, I think in the light of IT, since you are the only guest in the studio now, while we wait for Ali Galba to join us. So we want to ask, in your own line, in your understanding, um, what is your story like? Now, please, if you have any question, as I said earlier, just drop those questions in the chat and relay it to the guests. Tell us your story. How do you get to where you are today?
Okay, thank you once again. Thank you, everyone. Let me start this way. Over close to 14 years now, I was privileged to work on United Nations project. The only experience I had as at that time was maybe little knowledge of research gathering. Now, when I go to the field, I mean, the project was on orphanage and vulnerable children. That's OVC, then HIV and AIDS. Now we go to locality. I mean, the local places we get data like one-on-one. We go to the community, get information, but I was not part of the people that process the information. But I was always looking forward to like I want to know. We do get data, but we are not the one. I never had. I don't even know what they do with the data. I don't know how they process it, because one, I didn't study computer science. The degrees I have is not even around computer science. Economics, project management has nothing to do with computer. Maybe statistics, maybe small mathematics. But I will get these and they process it. Now, after we concluded the project, I was always looking forward to knowing, of course, it is one thing to have a laptop or computer. It's another thing to know what they use it for or how to use it. As we go on, we understand. Of course, I'm saying this story. It is one thing to gather data like information. It's another thing to process the information. So I only know how to gather, or I only then the only thing I knew was how to gather information, process that information, or that raw information. I didn't know. Now, but of course, I was looking forward to knowing how to process that information. But when did I when did I get into this? The story was after we finished the project. I work in other places not related to anything in IT. Work in a bank as relationship manager, work in some areas. Now, I wanted to be employed by PwC. So I did, this was a couple of years ago, I think 12 years ago. Now, I did their first level interview, I passed. Second level interview, of course, they contracted it out to a recruiting firm. I passed the first stage, the second stage. The third stage, which was the last stage, was how to use Microsoft Excel to process data. I remember that they gave me a laptop and a piece of paper, and everything they wanted me to do was written like you write something in Microsoft Word. So there is no visual, it's just like written lines. And there are questions there for me to interpret in Excel. The truth is, I didn't know how to create a table. I I was just good at English language. As in, I could read what they said I should do, but I couldn't like type into Excel, Microsoft Excel, like that is the most popular data analysis tool. I did not know. Of course, even I stumbled before I could even see Excel, because the thing was the laptop, the admin or whoever was in charge didn't make any button available for me to click. So to even look for Excel on that laptop, as in, I'm sure, Mr. She, you understand what I mean. When you are given a blank laptop that has no icon like button, so to we have search. I don't even have to even search for what I was looking for. I couldn't. Of course, I'm sure you already know the story. At the end of the day, a lady came and said, Mr. Ido, you did well in first and second, but this third, we cannot go further. It pained me. And that was the day I challenged myself. That how you pass first interview out of 300 people, you pass second, and it was this thing called data analysis or data processing that didn't allow you to get the job. You want to imagine how painful that would be. If I failed the first one, I wouldn't have challenged myself. So I told myself, I will, whatever it takes, I will learn this thing. Not only will I learn, that was motivation. I said, not only will I learn, when I know this, I will also impact the knowledge, because I wouldn't want people to also fall victim of what happened to me. I hope I answered that part, or do you want me to proceed?
No, from what I gather from you, now you were not a core computer science student. You never did anything computer science, but you were just fortunate that you got to research and you have a passion to know how data is being analyzed. There's a question that's been sent in now from Wakilu. Now I'll put it out. Maybe before they ask the question, we just look at the question. He said, please, he said, he wants to know, in terms of real life project you have done, is there a way you can walk him through this real life projects? Now, from your experience, you started very rough. You started not having the core understanding of practices of computing. You just dabbled because of the passion you have. So in the project you have run, because it was looking at, even if it's 100 column, 100 row project of a Microsoft project, what can you advise Wakili in terms of how does he run a normal project? Or Deji, what do you feel? Is a question that I just sent in now.
So thank you, Sheyi. This is a nice question from Wakilu Salaudin, and I strongly believe he's not only looking at we talking about data analysis. He wanted a scenario whereby guys go live, bring up a real project, solve a problem.
Okay.
Please excite me. I guess that's what is interested in. So this today's section, we may not be able to do that. I don't know if one of our edition we can do that, but
Okay.
we'll definitely work towards this because this is a big message to the organizers. And
Yeah.
also we can actually come up, you can join our event for the data analysis, where you can see real life scenario where we pick up data, clean up data, analyze data, work around DAS, modeling, and also visualize this data. And finally, tell a story behind the data so that the company can use it to take decision. That is the analytics inside the analysis. Thank you. So we can do that in another section on this event or on the Power Platform, the data, the Naija Power
That
Platform
data.
events. Yeah.
So, Wakili, we're going to drop the link before the end of this event so that you can join the user group, try to connect with them, and you can have all those series. But we hear you, we hear you, we hear you. We're going to look at a way of doing that for people out there in order to have real project and real time. Thank you, Wakili. Is well understood. Now, we go to the next question for Mr. Jide. So, Mr. Deji.
Okay. So thank you very much, Mr. Olajide Idowu. So it's nice listening to your background story. And I need you to quickly do justice to this question. It says, what's the best advice you can give to help plan a career rather than simply keep a job? I don't really just want to work to keep a job. I really want to plan my career. Can you please advise me? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for this question. Planning. There is no success that does not come with planning. Nobody stumbles on success. I won't say, of course, somebody can just dash you money, no problems. But we are talking about steady success. Success is, I mean, not just one-off thing. Now, for someone to plan, you need to identify, that is the first thing. You need to know what you want to do. What do I mean? You need to know the area you want to specialize. Just to say, we have many medical doctors, for instance, but not all of them do the same thing. Now, the first thing you want to do is identify what you want to do. For instance, let me just try use my case. After doing all of these, I challenge myself that my focus is to get into IT. But IT itself is broad. You don't want to do too many things. You want to focus. That means that the first thing is identify what you want to do. When you identify what you want to do, then you now want to focus. What do I mean by the word focus? You want to follow a path. You want to focus on the path you want to tread. You don't just want to go everywhere. That is another thing, meaning that you must identify what you want to do. I want to become a data analyst. That is what I am. Now, how then do I become a data analyst? Of course, you gather information about what you want to do, the path you want to follow. Then you now focus on that. So when you're able to focus on that, of course, I believe that you can become anything, because when you focus on it, the more you focus, the more experience you are exposed to, and the more experience you gather, of course, the better you become. I wouldn't know if I answered that. I mean, if I summarize that up.
Yeah, that's a brilliant one. At least it's clear. Number one, identify what you really want to do. Where does your passion lie? And number two, focus, nurture it, grow it, stay with it, and make sure it sees the light of the day. Thank you very much, Mr. Olajide. So, Sheyi.
Yes, I think looking at what you said, which is quite interesting. One, focus. Now, the question I want to ask before we get to the main question is, why do you think people don't really focus these days in terms of what they want to do? Why do you feel we lack that in our environment?
Okay, thank you so much. Distractions could come in many ways. Now, I can see, I'm just trying to assume. Now, oh, okay, this sector or this particular thing is what is making money. People want to go for money first. So when they hear that, oh, this is what is making money, even if they have started something, they will abandon it halfway. And because they said this is what is making money now, they jump. I'm just trying to say that money could be a distraction, or making money when you are not fully ready could be a distraction. Meaning that money is not the first focus. People don't pay for one of the, it's rare. People pay for experience. That means that don't jump. You are selling just to say that. So you see that they are selling pure water, and pure water is what is moving, or bottled water is what is moving. You just jump into it. Then, of course, when something else comes, you also jump into it. So when you are not focused, you will be distracted by the event or by the occurrence or by the happenings of something that are not in your life. So my plea would be that let not money, or let not whatever is booming now be a distraction. So I would want to say that, because from experience, from what people say, even when we try to like empower some people, the first thing is that, please, is there money in this field? I'm not saying people shouldn't make money. I'm just saying that let not money making distract you. I wouldn't know if I answer it in a way.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfectly.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Perfectly. Because there is actually a learning there for all of us. Don't put money first. Because most of the time we are guided by asking people which of this career path is bringing in millions of money. But we should be guided by our passion. What do you love doing? And try to be a master of that. If I'm a footballer and I enjoy playing football, I'm making money from what I enjoy doing. I think that is a good lesson. Thank you very much, Olajide.
Yeah. So Jide, thank you for that. And that means focus, focus, focus. Don't jump the wagon just because of where it sweets. Always know, because at the end, we notice that when it comes to IT, everyone has a part to play, and the end goal will still give you financial benefits. But
Of course.
before then, from what I learned from what you said, I must first gain that experience, gain that expertise to be able to stand out before I start looking at the means of getting more money. So the next question I want to ask you is, now you have realized what you want. So for you to realize it now, what do you think? You have realized your vision from your storyline. You got data, you got the research information, but you want to deep dive into it to know how these things is happening. You want to understand, and that was what got you into IT, into data analysis. Now, what do you realize with this contest? What is your world like generally now? When you say in terms of your satisfaction as a professional, are you satisfied with what you have realized with this vision?
Hmm. Okay, thank you once again for that. Um, when you desire something and you go for it and you go all out for it, fulfillment comes in. But of course, that you are here today doesn't mean that that is where you would be. You continue to grow. Now, I remembered that I wanted to really go into IT, but of course, focus on data analysis. And there was a place where I was at the time that the environment wasn't giving me that opportunity to go for this. And of course, I discussed with my CEO then that can I learn this just for you to know? Can I learn this to save the company more money, not for selfish interest? And because there was no, if you go for this, you will not help us manage the business as you are managing because you will be everywhere. Everyone will call you and all of that. I was like, no, I'm not being selfish with this. I want to do this and help the business to grow. Anyway, we had that disagreement and I left to pursue this, not for self glory, but just to, when you are empowered, you will definitely transfer the empowerment to what you do and to everyone. That means that when you pursue what you want, definitely everyone around you will benefit. Even the world would benefit because there are a lot of people too that want to be empowered, that want to do what you do, that their eyes want to be open to it. And of course, that is a fulfillment on its own part. I wouldn't know if I answered that.
Yeah. So what you are saying, from what I gather from you, is you ensure you get a right environment.
Also,
So if you are out there and probably your stake, like Mr. Olajide, is data analyst, and you are in a place where you are doing something contrary to that passion, you need to find a way, not about it might not be an employable site, it might be a place where you try to get to understand what you want to do and you get the right environment to suit that. Deji, what do you feel?
Yeah, so this is actually another line of thoughts. So apart from get into the right environment, he made mention of desire, fulfillment, and also empowerment. And there's something I enjoy from what he said. He said, when you are empowered, then you can actually go forth to transfer this knowledge because there is learning in knowledge transfer. Some people will say, no, I just want to know it. I don't want any other person to know what I've known. But the more you transfer, the more you train people, the more you try to impart the knowledge, you share that knowledge, the better you become. So thank you very much. This is awesome.
So, judging from what Jide has said, it shows that in terms of your build-up, your break into IT, you did some systematic um, move. One, you focus on what you want, and when you saw that it was not a right environment, you find a way of getting your feet into a right place and ensuring that you get the best of what you want. So I don't know whether you will take the next question. What?
Okay, let's have the next question.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question goes thus. So what motivates you to do what you do? What you are doing right now? What is that motivating factor? Can you share that with us, Mr. Jide?
yes, Devin. So, what motivates me? Maybe this will come to mind for everyone. People will say money. Money is not, money is a motivation, but money is not always the right or the first motivation. Now, what motivates me is how to ensure that what I know or what I am learning or what I am knowing, let me put it that way, also pave way, also help others. And this is the truth. The reason why I said that is that my own may not be for everyone. My own motivation is if I am able to know this, when I know this, knowing gives me the information that I can share with other people. If Mr. Sheyi knows something, he learns something, there are other or millions of people that do not know that are going to be paying for what they don't know. Now, when you know this and you share it with some people, you are fulfilled. So I could say that my motivation is the fulfillment of others, because most of the time I want to ensure that, do you know this? Do you understand what I mean? I mean, so not money, because when you add value to people, money will follow it. So motivation for me is how what you learn affect others, or what you know impact others. That's
Yeah,
it.
thank you very much, Mr. Olajide. But I actually have a question from this question. If you can quickly do justice to this. I've read so many books that they will tell you don't share the secrets of your business. That is what will put you ahead. That is what will reposition you. I don't know whether you understand what I'm talking about. That are your
Very well.
secrets of your business.
Very
Now,
well.
but you are telling us the other way, that what you know, keep sharing it. How do we marry these two together? Don't share the secrets of your business. Keep sharing everything. And if you share everything, you get better. Which one should I follow?
Good. Now, I can say it categorically that the more you share, have you seen anyone that grows by holding knowledge? Maybe it cannot last eternity. There is no how you're going to last eternity. Anyone that, so you don't hold knowledge. Fulfillment for other people. For instance, okay, so Mr. She has a community. I'm sure that the creation of that community was not for praise, just to be praised, no. Some other people created foundation to impact others. Some people have money and they share with others. So meaning that whatever you have, and I've been in a place where someone categorically said that my joy is that people that are poor have food, I'm able to do my part by feeding them. That means that when he is blessed with money, his fulfillment is not about acquisition of money. The fulfillment comes from giving out. That's it. I wouldn't know if I answered you correctly.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Jide. Thank you. That's a nice answer.
Yeah.
So when you give
I,
out
I,
and you impart people, it add value.
yeah.
You are fulfilled. You are happy. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. That means the nugget here is that Mr. Jide said when you add value to the lives of others, you will definitely advance. And just to let you know, we have the other guests, our main guests in the studio now, Mr. Garuba Aliu. And I don't know where his camera is on. Can you hear us? Mr. Garuba? Okay, maybe he's still settling down the backstage. Okay, can you hear us? Okay. So, Mr. Garuba Aliu, while he's still trying, is the MD of Bobots Nigeria Limited. He's also a philanthropist. He's a co-founder of that same company, and he is into IT, especially digital strategy, digital transformation, in artificial intelligence and IoT, and he has been uh, wiki, working with several startups to build several industries from the web to IoT and to so many business in the northern side of Nigeria and in Lagos. So I don't know if you are there. Can you just say hi to the people and introduce yourself, Mr. Garuba?
Hello,
Yeah.
Shane.
Okay.
Hello. Can you guys
Yeah, we
hear
can see you now. Yeah.
me? Okay. How are you guys doing today?
Fine.
Yeah, we are doing fine. Thank you for
Okay.
joining us and for being part of the program. And we have been talking with Mr. Jide here, asking him to tell us about his story, how he started in IT. Maybe we start that with you too. Can you just give us a brief story about how you got into IT?
Okay. Okay. Good evening, everyone, and it's a pleasure to be, on this session so that I can also share my own quota of the journey of, IT, you know, career. So first of all, actually, just like Sheyi introduced me, my name is Aliu Garba, and I'm an origin of Adamawa State, which is I was born 1988. So actually, after I finished my secondary school 2017. I joined a pre-degree, and my passion then is for me, to study economics because I'm an art student when I was in secondary school. But when I begin my journey, uh, I started selling recharge cards, and then I started also selling, buying mobile phone and selling mobile phone and selling recharge card at the same time. So what actually makes IT is during the time that you when you want to send a son from one phone to another, you must use infrared or Bluetooth. So during that time, when I'm selling recharge card, all my customers usually used to come and meet me so that I can download music for them and send it through their own Bluetooth or infrared. So from that time, my passion about computers started to build up. And then I have opportunity then to come to Lagos so that I can expand my own knowledge. So when I come to Lagos, what I started is that I joined a computer training, a 6-month program of learning computer engineering. And when I joined that 6-month program, that's actually the beginning of the thing that truly changed my whole life. Because when I joined, I started, learning how you can be able to couple a system. That time, usually we couple a desktop, which is a complete motherboard, diode, hard drive, memory, and so on. And when I am doing that, then I reach a level whereby I'll also, switch to software. Because after I know engineering, very well, computer engineering very well, then I switch to software. And when I switch to software, I was lucky to switch to a right, you know, uh, technology, which is Microsoft technologies. And during that time, what I started is as an infrastructure person, which is, knowing how to, install Windows operating system like Windows XP then and Windows Vista, because that is what we have then. Then later on, Microsoft released Windows 7, Microsoft released Windows 8, and now Windows 10 and Windows 11. And during that time too, I also play with Microsoft, server a lot, from Windows Server 2000, 2002, up to now Windows Server 2022. So in my journey, when I reached some level, I was employed with a company, and that company, I started working there as an apprentice. I started working as an intern person, and from then I worked with that company. I was promoted to become a full staff. From then, I was promoted to become a manager. I also one of the pioneer of that company. That I reached a level whereby I reached the CTO level of that company because of my own background, in knowing Microsoft technology. Then after that time, that is when I decided after I worked for that company for 10 years, then I decided to, move to form, a new company, with some of my partners, that is when we formed Bellboard. And one good thing about technology that shaped my entire life is that during the time that I was growing up, to know one thing that I realized is that majority of companies, when you have been opportune to discuss with them, you will find out that there is always a way you can be able to propose a solution for them, and also they can be able to buy the idea. It's just for you to understand what is their own pain point. When you understand their own pain point, with Microsoft technology, since Microsoft have different kind of solutions every single month, so you can be able to recommend a solution that can be able to solve every company or every organization. So I have been opportune to meet so many different organizations, to meet so many different IT perspectives in my life, which is actually one of the things that also shaped my career. And I also get so many mentors in the IT industry. So because it showed actually that is actually the beginning in brief of how I actually begin my subject. And one of my passion is always to give back to the community, and in the same time to give back to the society, because I can count more than 20 to 30 personnel that I know. I train them myself, and today they become someone in their own field. Some of them are already abroad. Some of them even start up their company, and some of them they are currently working in so many different IT firms currently. So actually, that is the my own background, and that's the journey that I did in my own career today as an IT personnel.
Wow. But it's a wow. Now, getting your story. Now, if you're out there, you can see getting into IT is not something, it's not a fast and rule situation. And from the story of Mr. Galba, he started out with a passion. People come to him, and he was able to use a mobile device to put music, to put Bluetooth, and that was the beginning of his journey. That was where his passion was, and when he had that, he saw people coming to him. He was able to expand. He was not limited by what he was, where he was there. He was able to expand and go further. Deji, I don't know what you are saying about this story. What's your take about this story?
Sincerely, thank you very much, Sheyi. This is a story that really touched me. Somebody started with a background of arts in secondary school. He wanted to go to higher institution to study economics. Jide, on the other hand, also studied economics in school. So he went there, but at a point, he stepped out again. That look, let's forget about this economics. Let's move on to another thing, because I'm doing something. People really appreciate what I'm doing. Then let me solve a problem. Solving that problem, it did not stop there. It then scaled up. I enjoyed that part again. Scaling up. Most of us, once we start solving a problem, we relax. We go into our comfort zone.
Relax, we stay
But
where we are. Yeah.
he started scaling up. From that, he went into hardware. From hardware, he went into operating system, infrastructure, and before we know it, look at all what he's doing today. Definitely, after this session, I need to scale up.
So, Mr. Galva, your story bring us back to the tie between formal education and informal education. Now, the breaking into IT for you was not just the structure, going for computer science. It was the passion. It was the ability to see, as you said, scaling up at every level. Every level you were moving forward. Every level you were not staying in one point. Every level you were empowering yourself by having better. Now, you also mentioned that you also connected with so many mentors. Now, when we look at that, how far has that advanced your career, especially you know that you are from a non-technical background, and you scale up that way, what are the challenges that you saw along that way with your mentors?
Okay, actually, one of the things is when you are choosing the mentorship, right? You need to first, from your own side, you need to do a thorough background about the mentor that you want to follow, and in the same time, you also need to predict your own future because you own your own life, you own your own future, and also God, will also guide you through the journey. The only thing that mentor can give you, your mentor can only give you a guidance. That means your mentor can only do maybe 20% or 10% of the work for you. The rest of the work, you have to be the one to go and execute it. And now, how can you be able, how I'm able to get my mentors is that due to the fashion that I have, in the very early stage, I did so many research. So I started to follow all the guys from Microsoft. I know some guys from Microsoft that are working with Microsoft US that I think they for more than 10 years now. And there are also some guys here locally in Nigeria, which there is Mr. Akim Banuso, which is a former Microsoft manager here, general manager in Nigeria. There are one guy who started Intel IT. His name is Mr. Akim something too. So those guys, those are the guys that I also follow them. But what actually make them follow them as my mentor is that okay, I try to read their background and I see the way they are going. And with my own passion, because I have a dream, and I can tell you I'm living my dream now. Why? Because the dream that I have is that one day, because since I was starting this, since I was from the beginning, I am a problem solver, and I always have a passion to see that I solve a problem. And when I solve that problem, at least the person that I solve the problem for them, whether it's the organization or whether it's individual, they should be happy. So now, how I get my mentors is that I get only my mentor through the mentor that I know they are doing something related to my own passion. You get it? And also, there are some mentors too that I also get in terms of because in an IT journey, one of the things that people are missing is that if you are a tech guy, if you are purely tech, you need to also explore your own skill by knowing how to also sell the product. It's not only about deploying and maintaining the the solution in IT. It's about how you can convince, how you can sell the product in a sellable way. So in that part, when I have been doing tech, then I try to get a mentors that can also teach me on how to sell something, right? And I follow some mentors like Dalok. I follow some mentors like Gary V. So those kind of people that I follow in my early stage, they also shape my own thinking of how to sell a solution. You get it? So to cut it short is that when you want to get your own mentor, you know yourself better than anybody, and you are predicting your own future. You have a pattern of next so years. This is what you want to become. So now, if you know that, then get a mentors that you know they can be able to guide you through that journey. But remember that no matter what your own mentor tells you, 90% of the job, you are the one that will do it yourself because your mentors can only tell you what to do and also guide you. But doing it, executing it, you should be one to take the responsibility of giving your own 100% for you to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. So that's it actually.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is awesome. And there is something I pick out from what you said. So, a mentor will guide you. mentor can only do about 10 to 20%. The remaining 90 or 80% depends on you. And
Sure.
follow mentor that has related passion and paths. I love this. Thank you very much, Mr. Garba. But there is something important I want to ask you. But before I ask you that question, just tell me yes or no before I ask this question.
No problem.
You've mentioned something that you want to do something unique in the northern part of the country. Yes
Sure.
or no? Huh?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Now, my question goes back to you. What motivates this initiative? Tell us what you have in mind to do in the northern part of the country, and tell us what motivates you to really go forth to do such.
Let me tell you something about the Northerners, right?
Okay?
I can tell you that in terms of giving birth, you know, population in youth in Nigeria, Northern have almost 60%. Will you agree me with this? With that? Fine. Second thing, when you check the level of education, you will find out that Northerners are also lacking that part in terms of the Western education, right?
Of
Fine.
course.
But there is something unique about Northerners. That unique thing, that is what I want to go and explore from them. They are very intelligent, but most of the issue that they are having is that opportunity. They are not getting this opportunity. That's the reason why they are not exploring. So now, with my own passion, I can tell you this. Currently, in the company that I run, I have three of my childhood friends that they are a graduate, even though that time I was not a graduate, but I teach them IT. Now all of them they are Microsoft certified personnel and they are into IT. So now my passion of going to not to do something very unique is for me to go and open their eye in this technology that there is hope. Because what I believe is that there are so many graduates when you go to North, but you will find out that they don't have work. They are jobless. And you know the reason why they are jobless is because of they don't have skill. Because if you have a very good skill, there is no way you will be jobless. So you find out that someone studied chemistry, someone studied mathematics, someone studied even computer science, someone studied economics, but they are jobless because of the population that are there. But what about if they learn something unique, something as simple as maybe power apps? If they learn something as simple as exchange, if they learn something as simple as how to deploy Windows Server, something as simple as how they can be able to maybe, use Power Platform or use Microsoft Azure, that means they will have opportunity to go and work in a big organization, whether physically or remotely. So now, that is the reason why I have already an e-learning platform, which I have already did 90% of that e-learning platform. So my launching of that e-learning platform, I have already rent a very big office in my own town where I was born, which is Adamawa State, Yola North. So the mission is to go and first open that particular institution there for training, and that training will be done as free of charge from the beginning, which is from the community. Then later on, we will expand through most of the northern part of the the country, especially the northeast, where we have the Boko Harams, right? Which is Adamawa, Yobe, Meduguri, Benue, and Taraba. Those particular axes. There are so many talented people there. So what they need is mentorship and they want to see opportunity. That's the reason why I always say that nobody will listen to you if they know that you haven't achieved anything. But if they can see you have achieved something and you are doing something, that means when you are telling them to do this and that, they will follow you and they will listen to you. So that's the passion
Wow.
that I have. Since I have the opportunity to know this, why shouldn't I share it with others? Because what I learned from my own mom, she tells me this thing always. If you have a knowledge of something, quickly share that knowledge with other people so that that knowledge will circulate. Immediately you share that knowledge, that means you take it off your own head. New knowledge and new thing will also come for you. So that's the passion that I
Wow.
have. Also want to go to North to also, explore this kind of talent into the northern part of
Wow.
the country so that we can also promote more youth that are coming up. They should have a future. Their future needs to be brighter than ours. That
In
is the
fact,
mission
thank
that I
you. Thank you very much. In fact, you gave exactly the same line of thought with Mr. Olajide. Share the knowledge. You said take it out so that a fresh one can come in. Thank you very much for that. Now I can see the passion is to get back to the north, open their eyes to new opportunity. Of the truth, we have more people of that age group that are gifted, talented, but to shape it, to model it very well so that they can utilize it for things that will really benefit. That's a nice one. And I hope I'll be opportune to go with you to
we
Adamawa.
are going
And
all
Sheyi is always
together.
ready to go to the north.
We are
So
going
let's go
all
there and do
together
this
because
together.
you guys would actually we are going all together with you guys because we need you guys, and what you guys have been doing is very awesome, and I like the passion. I'll always appreciate you guys because I always see you guys, post. I follow you guys a lot. Some of you didn't know me, but I have been following you guys for a very long time, sincerely. And I
Wow.
always
So
appreciate what you guys are doing. And this thing that you guys are doing is a blessing because there are so many guys like you that they are not willing to do such thing, right? So
wow.
that means giving your own time and sacrificing your own, precious time to give the community. That is one of the things that is a blessing because it's not everyone that have that kind of blessing in his life, sincerely.
Yeah. Thank you very
Thank
much. In fact, this is actually a word of encouragement to get us going. Thank you very much. And there's
So,
another question up there for us. And Mr. Sheyi, over to you.
Yeah, although you have mentioned it, I just want to re-echo it to people out there. Maybe we are hearing it maybe from the platform, you are from the northern side of Nigeria. Mr. Ali Gaba is saying there is going to be a platform that will be set up in Adamawa, and that platform will encourage attendees to have skill like Power Platform, Azure, and the rest. Anything
Office
that
365, F365.
anything that will lead them to the ability to have certification on Microsoft cloud offering. So you can just keep a tap at our program because we'll be working with him, just as Deji said, we'll collaborate with him to make, because our mission in this platform is to create innovation pathway for the grassroots, for people, for places that is not reached. So that is what we do. That's the passion we are doing here. So we are going to collaborate with you when the time comes, and all the attendees that are from there, or you have brethren, people out there that you want them to learn, will surely give you those communication at the right time. Thank you, Mr. Garuba, for that. For that. Now we're going to take a short break now, and in that break we're going to roll out, because the concept of this program is to be able to have a point at which we can meet with our mentors. Mentors can meet with people that are actually aspiring. So we have a lot of people that are spoken in our event, a lot of people that have contributed to the community. So they form a mentor group, And we're going to roll the mentor up now, while we have one of the hosts around now, Mr. David. But before then, let us roll a mentor video. Yeah, thank you. Once again, thank you for staying tuned. And that's our mentor. And every day we update that mentor uh, video. And just as Mr. Garuba has joined us and Mr. Olajide, someone somewhere might want to connect with you. So we're going to populate your name into the mentor sheet so that people can continually communicate with you. So we're going to the innovation corner, and innovation corner is what we plan to do in the future and what we are looking at. And I don't know whether uh, David is available to take that. If not, Deji can just take us through our initiative and what we plan to do.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. So,
Good. Okay, David is back. Hello, David.
Hello, hi. I'm not
Hello,
sure if you
David. Are you
can.
there?
I do have.
we
Hello, I
can
do
hear
I
you.
have.
can hear you now. Fine. Fire on.
Yeah, we do have internet connection. I do have internet connection issues where I'm connecting from. So unfortunately, I'm in a very remote hotel. So apologies for that. So we are planning like the event that we're going to be having next year, which is part of the MCT West Africa boot camp that we have every year. Well, as part of this initiative for next year, we're going to be having a security focused initiative where we're going to be giving out five laptops as gifts for people that show in initiatives around cybersecurity. So it's one that we are really looking forward. So one of the areas that we're also looking to grow in terms of skilling, it's in the area of cybersecurity. There's been lots of reports that says many organizations in Nigeria, I can't remember the exact number, but a large number of organizations in Nigeria now transact their businesses online via the internet. And as part of that great move that we're seeing, bad actors are also looking to exploit that. So that's the reason why cybersecurity is very important, to ensure that the means of people conducting business is secured as much as possible. And we're looking to develop skills in that area. And this is just one of the opportunities for us to encourage talents in that area.
So the entry will definitely we're going to showcase it when the time comes, and it's going to go more of scaling you, measuring you what you know. You'll be trained, and once you are trained, there'll be expectation from us on what you know, and that expectation can also guarantee you a gift, which is a brand new laptop. We have 5 of them from a sponsor that we will mention later. It donate that to the African community, and we are open to so many other sponsors that want to help in the MCT summit. Is a combo of the certified trainer and also a technology summit. It's going to happen somewhere in Abuja next year, where we're going to bring everything back to the north. Just as Mr. Galba said, there's a lot of talent there. And in a way of rounding up, we want to talk about our user group, just as Mr. Olajide mentioned earlier when he was being interviewed, that you need to join a user group. And just as Mr. Aliu Galba said, you must follow somebody. That person you follow can be your mentor, and that mentor can give you guidance. And we have several of these user groups. We have the Security Naija user group, and that is the chat on WhatsApp. We also have the data, which is formerly MCTNAIJA, which is now the data platform group, which emphasize more on the data, which include Power BI and every other activity. And we have the D365 user group, which is also a group that focuses on ERP solution that Microsoft offer over there. And we also have the Azure community. This is one of the largest after between data and Azure, where we have people that want to break into technology through Microsoft Azure, where they come together. And I think they are running a series recently. The series is more of how you can get into Azure, and that definitely is a place for you if you are trying to go into Azure and you want to learn this. I would advise you that you just look at that link and try to communicate. They're starting this series, and that series is to onboard you into Intro to Azure. That means giving you light on what you need to do and how you need to go about the offering from Azure. So I will advise and also encourage you, if you have not, to try and see whether you can join that group if you are just coming into Microsoft environment and you want to learn, and that would be a very good place for you to learn things there. So just join them and look out for that user group and join them. And other things that is happening is we have the M365. The M365 user group are having, I think they are planning for a program in one of the institutions next year. We'll keep you updated on that. And we have the Power Platform. They had a data feast some time ago. I think they will still have a repetition of that in the coming year. And we also have a community for learning, especially for Power BI learning community. And we also have another group which is for the women, which is Tech Silas. If you're a lady, you are out there and you want to learn technology, you want to break into technology, Tech Silas is a place where women train women and encourage women to be able to have understanding of technology. Now, also there is a program that is coming up. If you are staying in Sulere, there is a free one-day boot camp organized by Chelsea. Is one of the community member, and that is a program where you come and learn Intro to Azure and Power Platform. It is free, but it's first come, first serve. I think you can only accommodate 20 people. She's doing that in order to encourage the grassroots, to encourage people to be able to break into technology. So I don't. If you have any question, be free to put it on the chat. With one way or the other, get the answer to you. Now I go back to Deji and David and the rest. What is your remark? What is your last word as we close up for today?
Yeah. Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, my final word is just a summary of all what we've discussed today. Identify what you want to do, be focused, have desire, fulfillment, and empower yourself, transfer the knowledge. Money is not all things. Allow your passion to grow. So your mentor will only guide you and do 20% of whatever you want to achieve. The remaining 80% is all about you. So follow mentor with related passion and paths, and get your eye open to create more opportunity. That is all for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Deji. And that is awesome. You have to be sure of what you want, focus on it, and ensure that you hit the target. Mr. Olajide, last word before we close for today.
No, everything is possible. Just take the first step. Don't think that You can't make it because you are not, because your background is not IT. Every other person can achieve anything. So it doesn't matter your background. That's the point. Step out, empower yourself, and you will see in few months, in few years, you will see the achievement you will have achieved. Thank you once again.
Everything is possible, but you just need to what? Step out. Thank you, Mr. Olajide. Mr. Ali, what last word do you have for us? Mr. Ali.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for this, wonderful meeting. I can say it. But my last word to everyone that is listening is that don't limit yourself. Don't feel that you cannot be able to, make it, or you cannot be able to do something in your life. Don't give up. But you need to know that before you can be able to, make it, or before you can be able to do something in your life, you have to move yourself from the comfort zone of where you currently are. Nobody achieves something in this world without them focusing and, put determination and convincing themselves that they can be able to do something different. So please don't limit yourself. Always focus on your goal, and God will guide you through your own journey. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Liu. That's the MD of Volvox, and he's saying that don't limit yourself. Always look forward on a way by which you can break even and get out there and make a difference. David, any last word? Okay, David, any last one from you? Okay.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. So I was just saying, I would just echo what everyone else has said. So people should not give up. So in the beginning, there may be obstacles, but let's keep going.
Please don't give up. That is our last word. Be focused. Ensure that you follow your mentor, and you can do 80% while the mentor can only give you 20%. Thank you. As we meet next time, same hour, next month in December. Have a lovely weekend. Bye from all of us here.
Ọmọbani kò ṣẹrú. Kó wá sáyé. Ọmọbani kò ṣẹrú. Kó wá sáyé kò ṣẹ̀wọ̀n.
Ó yá akéde mo fẹ́ délé bàbá tó bí lọ́mọ.
Ọmọbani kò ṣẹrú.
Bàbá mi ò gbànígbà ní ojú ọ̀nà ó ṣe gbọ́n. Kò sán gírí lágírí, ọ̀la gírí kàkà. Akọ́kọ́ arẹ́rẹ́ o. Bàbá mi ò wá kẹ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ jù jọ. Jagunmọ́lẹ̀.